We now have confirmation from ABC that there is, in fact, an FBI raid happening at Louise Lucas's office right here in Hampton Roads that is happening right now. Now, this is something that we are going to continue reporting on here, and as we're doing so, we're going to continue with a constant search for new information, for confirmed information, for facts and updates that we can bring you live on air. Now, with that will come a great degree of in real time reporting and search for facts as we kind of are live on the air with you. That will also include Madison Schlegel, who is boots on the ground reporting on this right now, who we're looking out for updates for. So bear with us as we work to bring you every aspect of this breaking news as it develops. As we go through, we will continue to emphasize Louise Lucas's outsized role in Virginia politics and how much influence she has. We'll continue to note she is a Democrat who from right here in Hampton Roads, who again is a Virginia state senator and has been extremely vocal about the redistricting referendum that recently passed in Virginia. And she's also been in the news for being vocal about data centers paying their fair share. Now today we bring word of the FBI raiding the office of the Virginia Senate President pro tempore, confirmed by multiple sources to ABC News, as Louise Lucas is having her office raided as we speak by the FBI. And again, this is something that came across our desk 15 minutes ago. We got on the air as quickly as we could with this information. I'm going to bring producer Sarah Calloway back on. Sarah, we kind of have a constant flow of people and information in and out as we kind of bring these live updates to our viewing audience. Do we need to take a break, gather ourselves, and make sure that we are getting all of the most up-to-date information here, or are we good to keep going?
I think we can keep going. Madison Schlegel is there at the scene. They're getting their shot ready, so we can go to her fairly soon. In the meantime, we can talk more about, Louise Lucas and her history in the Senate. Right now, she is on the Finance and Appropriations Committee. She's the chair of that, Commerce and Labor, Education and Health Committee, and the Rules Committee.
And just listening to Sarah Calloway reel off those committees and how important those committees are, you can get a sense of how influential Louise Lucas is as a senator here in Virginia. Now, it does look like our shot is up out at the scene. Our camera has officially kind of been set up here. Our photographer is getting things focused, and then we'll take that shot live here in just a moment. Now, in the meantime, Sarah, if we maybe could pull up Louise Lucas's Twitter, her x.com page, where she is very active, and she posts frequently and honestly about any number of topics. If we could maybe pull that up and just see if there's anything that she has said recently that kind of can give any insight into what she's been working on or where she's been. And then whenever you're ready, Sarah, maybe we can also take, I know I'm asking you for 2-3 things at once here. I do apologize. We can maybe take this live look at the scene of her office in Portsmouth. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the green light from Madison.
Okay, we're still waiting on Madison to give the green light. So what we'll do is we'll look at Louise Lucas's X page here, where again, she will post frequently and speak directly to her constituents and to people here in Virginia. So again, President pro tempore of the Senate of Virginia. She represents the 18th district right here in Hampton Roads and is chair of the Senate Finance and Appropriations Committee, among other committees. Now, I do see Madison here. Are we going to go to Madison live here? It appears as though she is up.
We're going to go on the air. So right now we're streaming. We're going to go on to the air.
Okay. We're going to go on to the air here, and we're waiting to take Madison still.
Yeah, so let's pause.
She's ready. Okay. Wonderful. We were going to toss it over to Madison Schlegel in just a second. Madison, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay. We got the thumbs up from Madison Schlegel. Madison Schlegel is at the scene at Louise Lucas's offices in Portsmouth, which are currently being raided by the FBI. We want to welcome everybody into a 13 News Now special report here. We've spent about 15 minutes reporting on an FBI raid happening at Louise Lucas's office. This is breaking news here today. We're in our live Impact News studios, but we come to you now on air in the midst of our coverage of, again, an FBI raid happening at State Senator Louise Lucas's office in Portsmouth, Virginia. She is the president pro tempore of the Senate of Virginia. She represents the 18th district right here in Hampton Roads and is chair of the Senate Finance and Appropriations Committee, a very, very influential voice here in Virginia politics and in Hampton Roads politics. She has been in the news recently for giving public comments supporting the redistricting referendum that recently passed through in a special election here in Virginia. And now we are going to go live out to the scene of Louise Lucas's office, where there is an FBI raid happening as we speak. Madison Schlegel is live on scene. Madison, thanks for joining us. And just what can you tell us at this point?
Yeah, we're standing along Elm right now, and as you can see behind me, this is where the action is happening. Behind us, we've got multiple FBI units. Truly, we're just steps away from where this action is happening, but like you said, Connor, what we know right now is very limited. But what we can see is we've got this white vehicle right here that's got some FBI agents inside of it. You can see that those agents are working inside of that vehicle right now. We've also seen agents come in and out of this building that they're parked in front of. That's the cannabis outlet. That's right next to Senator Louise Lucas's office. So in front of that office right now and in front of that cannabis shop, what we can see is that we've got 1, 2, 3 black trucks, SUVs parked out here. There's also that tactical gear that you see as well, that green FBI vehicle that has had agents coming in and out of it. They do have this entire parking lot that is marked off right now with tape, so you can't get any further than where we are right now. We truly are as close as we can get to the action that's happening. We've also got some agents that are blocking off entrances right over here to the left of us. As you can see, Luca's going to pan over here to show you where they're blocking off some more traffic here. But we haven't heard any word from any of the officials that are on the street, but this is drawing a little bit of a presence for the people in the community. Again, Connor, like you had mentioned, Senator Lucas is a very affluent person in this community, and she is very known to be a stir maker of some political issues as well. But we've got people in the community who are out here watching this. I want Luca to pan over here to the streets for you. We've got some people standing in a parking lot across the street. We've got a locksmith's company across the street and a couple other different buildings. But as you can see, we've got some people out here with their cell phones that are watching what's going on. You've got people standing here talking with others in cars, just wondering what's happening, just like we are right now. But again, this scene is very active. The information that we have is limited, but what we do know is that it was confirmed that right now they are investigating Senator Louise Lucas's office in an investigation of which right now is unknown to us, but we're working to find that information and reach out to FBI spokespeople right now to get a little bit more word on what's going on. But once again, right here behind me, this is where the bulk of the action is right now, and this is what you guys want to see right now. For all the people at home who are wondering what that FBI presence looks like right now, again, we've got 4 or 5 different trucks in this parking lot, all marked officers here as well. All of those marked officers that we've seen have been FBI marked officers as well. So we'll stay on top of what's going on and unfolding over here in Portsmouth, but for the latest, we're live right here.
Okay, Madison, if I could hold on to you for just a second here and ask a couple questions. You did a great job describing that, and I know information is so limited right now. But in terms of what you're seeing, and if you mentioned this, I apologize, do we see agents going in and out of the office itself? Is that a part of what you guys are seeing out there?
Yeah, we've seen both of which. We've seen officers coming in and out of the office as well as this cannabis shop that's right here next door. So it's not just the senator's office, but a little bit of that business as well.
And that is some reporting that we saw. So the cannabis office has officers going in and out of that office as well. Now, when it comes to sort of how this investigation is being conducted, does there appear to be any representative for Louise Lucas and her team out there right now? Is anyone interacting with law enforcement that appears to be a part of her team?
Yeah, we've heard through Fox News that Senator Louise Lucas has been out here and on scene. As for if we have seen her personally, we have not seen her or her team yet. We literally just pulled up the shot and got here on camera for you guys. So we haven't really been able to put our boots on the ground to start asking Senator Louise Lucas's team if whether or not they've confronted what's happening here, or if whether or not they can give us a statement on what's happening, because we wanted to bring you guys the scene as it's unfolding and as we're seeing it live. But again, we're going to work here on the ground to figure out from FBI and Senator Louise Lucas's office about what this investigation seems to stem from.
And is there any local law enforcement out there at all? Do you see any local police or sheriff's deputies?
No, honestly, I'll move out of the way here again so that Luca can give you a better shot here. And we haven't seen any local law enforcement. Again, the only marked vehicle that we do see in this parking lot is that green tactical truck that you see in front of you. Every other car that we see in this parking lot right now is unmarked. So those are those black SUVs, those SUVs that are also blocking off the entrance points to this parking lot. I think we've got one other silver small car that's here parked in the back parking lot of the buildings as well. Luca's going to keep giving you a look over there, but I'm going to take a couple steps over here to see from the front of the building if there's anything different that's changed from when we've gotten here. No, everything looks the same, just like we've told you. I do see officers coming in and out of this cannabis outlet building. Again, we're going to work to bring you guys closer, but there's no other local law enforcement here. Every other car except for that green marked tactical truck, is the only marked vehicle that's here. So again, I think we're only working with FBI forces here. We're going to have to do a little bit more working to get some confirmation on that. But again, we're just bringing you this scene live as we see it.
All right, Madison, we really appreciate it. The updates have been great. You guys are doing a great job. I know you have a lot of work to do to get ready for our noon show here on 13 News Now. So good luck with all of your work, and we hope to hear from you again on 13 News Now at noon.
Thanks.
All right, Madison Schlegel on scene. She had just arrived on the scene here. She came to us here on Live Impact News right away as soon as she got there, and now she will truly start to investigate this situation and figure out what is going on, why it's going on. You heard that there were agents going in and out of the cannabis shop next door to Louise Lucas's office as well. She did mention how there were people from the community starting to kind of gather in the surrounding area. Again, hard to overstate how influential of a figure Louise Lucas is here in not just Hampton Roads, but the state of Virginia at large. She is a political leader here in Virginia. She is a vocal leader here in Virginia who holds a lot of influence and a lot of power in the Virginia State Senate. And again, most recently was very much in our news and really in news across the country as a vocal supporter of the redistricting referendum, a referendum that ultimately did pass based on the vote of the Virginia electorate. And the day after that referendum passed, she and Don Scott were the voices giving a press conference to discuss that vote. Again, she was prior to the redistricting referendum, she was very prominently in the news in the fight regarding data centers and ensuring that data centers were paying their fair share as more and more data centers are being considered for construction here in Virginia. So Louise Lucas, again, an FBI raid at her office in Portsmouth. That is the breaking news that we are bringing to you now on air that we've been discussing for about the last 25 to 30 minutes. This came across our desk in the midst of our show here, and we've been working to get you updates while live on air. And as you can see, our photographer is gathering footage, and right now they are on the scene getting footage, talking to people, trying to get more information. We have 13 News Now at noon coming up in just 11 minutes here, and we'll see if we can get more reporting for you in 13 News Now at noon on that show on our linear broadcast network right here. For now on Live Impact News, we're going to continue to monitor this situation. We're going to keep pursuing facts and information in regards to this particular story, but we wanted to bring you that update as soon as we possibly could. We're going to take a break here. We'll be right back on Live Impact News.